Hello, good evening, and welcome to Garblack Games, with the finale of Lex Arcana, Spectres of the Past. We might get a full game out of it, we'll see. How quickly they die. With me tonight are my wonderful, not dead yet players, and we'll start things off with Aaron. Tell us about your character.
Hey everybody, I am playing Aleko Casimir, better known as Kaza to his friends. He is a fighter of the Custodes. After the last great fight we had, he has lost the eyes of Mars from upon his shoulders as he sits on zero pietas. So he's looking forward to charging the breach tonight.
There you go. Next up is Lawrence.
Hi, I'm Lawrence. I'm playing Lucius Cassius Aeneas, our scholar for the group, who is currently the only one not seriously injured due to having decided to very sensibly stay out of the line of fire last time. And I think quite helpfully, it seems being the reason that Pandaren is now alive, if not happy, rather than dead.
Yeah, it would have. I don't think he'd have made it if anyone else had to do that medical test.
To be perfectly honest, it was fairly lucky I made it.
But you made it. That's the important part. And lastly, Roger.
Hi, I'm Roger, and I will be playing Titus Sergius for the next 15 minutes. And I'm still fit enough to run, so...
Good plan. Yeah, and unfortunately Dan can't be with us tonight as Pandaren is really, really, really badly injured. And so Dan's lying in bed, role-playing it very seriously.
And not at all on holiday.
and not at all on holiday yet. And yeah, we're also having a bit of technical difficulties, hence Lawrence's picture is up instead of his wonderful face. But there you go. Yeah. So last time, anyone particularly want to do the recap, or shall I do it?
Go for it, Lewis.
Okay. So last time, when Casa returned with the blessed weapons and armor, Euroclear pointed out that someone needed to go and protect the road by blocking it off with the bundles of herbs. And Casa, Pandaren, and Titus valiantly decided that they'd give it a shot. And they tried their very best and got into a fight with a vanguard of actual living Illyrians, which proved pretty brutal, to be honest. A lot more than even I was expecting. Like, Casa did fairly well, which was to be expected. Pandaren almost took someone's head off with a slingshot in the first round, but then after that quickly succumbed to repeatedly being stabbed by a dagger. And Titus definitely held his own. In the meantime, back at... kind of. You didn't die, and... You know. Yeah. Back at the Castra, Lucius was alerted to the army of undead moving, but the army of Illyrians was also with them, and he tried to throw some pillar their way, but proved unsuccessful, but managed to warn the others by blowing the horn. Yeah, and so with an injured and dying Pandaren, the group managed to retreat back to the Castra and just about save his life. But unfortunately, that left the road to Polla open, And that's pretty much where we left it, I think. So yeah, it's getting dark. You can almost hear the sounds of thousands of feet marching in the distance.
Lucius, could you have a look at Kaza and I? I think we both took a bit of a hit while we were fighting.
Of course, having insured Pendarin's safe, I can give you a go as well. First aid rolls for both of them.
Yeah, sure.
17s, so again. Right.
So who are you gonna do the first?
I will do. I'll do Casa second, and I'll do Titus first, I think. And 5.
I don't think that. I think the minimum is 6, isn't it?
Yeah, the roll's already not coming out well.
6. Yeah. No. So, yeah, it doesn't make you worse, but you're not feeling much better. You're mostly just bandaged, and there's still a bit of blood seeping through the bandages.
I mean, luckily I didn't get hit that badly, but...
And for Casa, an 8.
Yep, that'll be 1 level of success. So, yeah, you get a hit point back, I believe.
All right.
What one?
And you'll heal faster.
And you'll heal faster, but I'm not sure that's going to be relevant.
Thank you, Lucius, for your administrations. I think we're going to have to deal with this army. Try to, at the very least, warn Paulus.
Euroclear points out that, like, wherever this horn noise that you can sort of feel more than hear every time it's coming from is probably the source of the army. And yeah, it seems like it's imperative at this point.
Now, is the sound of this horn, is it traveling with the army, or is it from somewhere within the region?
It was coming from the area that Titus tried to scout out a couple of episodes ago when took on a pair of Illyrians and Hawkeyed them on the run.
As a suggestion, rather than waiting for them to come to us, perhaps we should see if we can sneak in and deal with the source.
Well, given that
we can't fight an army.
Given that I have seen the living ones leave, that would suggest that wherever they come from is probably, at the moment, relatively undefended. It may be our only chance to get in anytime soon.
I agree. I think perhaps we send our quickest runner to try to flank around the army and warn Paulus, and then we hit the encampment wherever this infernal horn is being blown from, and see if we can't cut the head from the snake.
I'd suggest the 3 of us plus the rider have one of these bags on them.
Yes. Yeah. And I think, considering how injured Pendarin is, perhaps a couple of legionnaires can take him and make their way out of the area in the event that we all fail, so someone in Rome can be warned of this rising threat.
I think that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
I don't know how safe Pendarin will be to move, but it's possibly his best chance. He may
we don't have much choice.
Yeah.
He-
If he stays here and we fail, he won't live out the day anyway.
Yeah.
Pindaran seems to be mumbling something at the moment anyway.
Is it
Is it?
TPK?
If I don't know, you can't quite make it out from this far away.
Get close and listen.
As you get close, he grabs hold of your arm, and his mumbling seems to intensify. And one of his beady eyes opens up for a second, just stares at you quite intently. And he seems to be mumbling words that you can't quite understand.
Can we try and remember what they are, like phonetically, so we can repeat them to say the witch woman?
Yep, you could. Are you all fairly close to Pindaran now?
Yeah, I mean, we probably would have gone up to basically say goodbye, if nothing
Yeah.
else.
Yeah. At that point, Casa, your arm starts to feel very hot
I look
under
down.
his grip.
I pry his hands off and I'm like, there's some sort of sorcery at work here.
You all start to feel fairly hot as well. It's sort of like rushing up from beneath you, in Casa's case, from where his arm was touched, and the rest of you, it's sort of coming up from your feet upwards. Hello, Diesel Shop, by the way.
Is it, is this a
I mean,
pleasant warmth, radiating through our
feels
bodies, or is it
fairly,
like pain?
yeah, you just,
yeah, I mean, when
you
you
don't
say hot, do
feel,
you mean like burning or
you don't feel like you're burning.
like warm sunshine rather than
It's
fire?
Yeah, it's almost uncomfortably warm, but not in a painful fashion. More like, oh, it's a hot day outside.
Perhaps Pindaran has Apollo's favor, even now.
And for a brief moment, his one beady eye staring at you through his sort of bruised face, and as he groans in pain a bit, sort of flickers, and it's almost like it's not his eye, but another very different eye that's looking at you. And because I'm a very nice person, I'm gonna give you all half your pietas back.
Oh, nice.
That is
Because
nice.
being a man down, I fear otherwise you will tragically all die horrendously.
That is true.
And then
All right.
this sort of golden tinted iris fades, and Pindaran looks at you kind of confused for a second, and then he just falls back asleep and starts snoring loudly in his cot.
Indeed, he had the god's favor on him. I feel stronger and more ready to face this. So let's be about our plan.
Right, you know the Legionnaire's the best. Pick the best two, get them to take him.
So Kaz will go off and find the two strongest, most sensible legionnaires, send them to take Pindaran out and give them instructions of where they need to, how they need to get him back to Rome. And then the fastest legionnaire I send out to tell him he's got
horse.
On the fastest horse to flank the army, give him one of these pouches, tell them to get to Paulus, warn them of what's coming, and to make whatever preparations they can. And that and then we take off to deal with the horn.
Yeah. Once you've done that, the new Optio sort of approaches you all, and he says, and what do you want the rest of us to do?
You're going to be a diversion. You're going to march on this location and draw out, or at least draw their eyes to you. Be prepared for a hard fight. We're going to sneak in and cut off the head, hopefully without them even being aware we're there.
Seeing as you're marching out, I would suggest you get each of your men to pick up one of those bundles and take and attach it to your belts.
As many as you can, at least. Worst comes to worst, if we fail and you start to fall in numbers, an organized withdraw back to the Castra and await Pindaran's reinforcements.
Good luck. Yeah. He looks a bit nervous at that, but goes about ordering them all to form up and gather their gear.
Kaza looks over at Titus and Lucius. He's like, we'll definitely be sharing a cup with them in Pluto's halls before the day is out, but we don't need to tell them that.
No, I think it would be damaging for their morale.
Well, let's get to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah. They get ready to march out on your orders. Once you set them underway, are you going to give them an inspiring speech before they leave, or?
Well, I'm
Keep your
certainly not.
Everyone's looking at Lucius.
Yeah.
You're the talker. Poke, poke.
I will try and come up with something suitably inspiring for them.
Don't worry, you're all definitely not going to die. Wink.
You are soldiers of Rome. You have proved yourselves in the last few weeks. You now must prove yourselves again. Fight and do your duty. Protect the lands that you have sworn to protect, and the gods shall watch over you. Something along those lines.
Yeah. Okay. Give me a command roll.
Yay.
Or something other suitably inspiring.
Command's the best bet I've got.
That's why I said it.
14.
That's I mean, that's a fairly good dice pool.
Yeah, I'm just trying to work out the best way to split it.
2 D5s and a D4.
Yeah. I think it will be that. And see what we get. Eight.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah. They seem pretty motivated for now. They definitely look like a completely different group, those of them that remain, than the ones you initially
When we first met them.
when you first met them. They also look considerably more grizzled, but, they're doing their best. Yeah. So they get ready to march out. And what are you doing when they march out? Are you trying to sneak around the side, or?
Yeah, basically, I mean, we're gonna try to flank out, use the terrain as much as we can to our benefit to stay hidden, hoping that the cohort will draw the attention of who's there and we can get in quietly.
Yeah, I'm going to basically use my knowledge of the area because I've been there before and I've been scouting around a lot to maneuver the path least travelled.
Okay. Yeah. We'll see how well you get on with that. Suppose hunting or exploration or navigation would probably be best.
Okay, let's go with navigation.
Yeah.
Right. Well, fingers crossed. 10.
Yeah. The closer you get to this sort of area, the more the sound of the Legionnaires' boots marching off dissipates into a kind of mist that's settling in. It's also very dark now at this point, but you manage to trace back the path you initially took and sort of break off from there, skirt around some rocky areas that you'd seen from a distance, and come up roughly parallel to where the soldiers are marching. You can't quite see or hear them. You can't quite see them, but at a given point you do hear them as suddenly shouts go up and you hear clashing and ringing and screaming and shouting. Whatever's there has found them at the very least.
Okay, well, we're going to try and get as close as we can to the source of the noise.
This is exactly what we were looking for, this opportunity. So we start to stealthily get close to the horn. And then open a can of Roman ass whooping.
Yeah, it's time to hunt us some, whoever the hell that is blowing the horn.
Yeah. Let me just swap you over. Because, perfectly fine.
Yeah, switching over to a battle map's never...
I'm not switching you over to a battle map for any particular reason.
Of course not. Of course not.
So, yeah, it's fairly gloomy ahead, and the area that you start more scouting into becomes very marshy, but it's dark, and you can hear noises, and you're pretty sure as you were approaching that you saw shadows break away from the marshes and move out towards where you can still hear this fighting.
So yeah, the plan is to continue stealthily advancing on the wherever the horn's coming from.
Yeah. At this point, yeah, you'll have to make some stealth checks.
All right. Not exactly my wheelhouse, but I've got a 16 in stealth, so I'm going to roll 2d8 and hope for the best.
We'll go with global
success.
successes. So out of the three of you, you need 3 successes each time to sneak past. So.
All right. A 12.
A 12.
Blimey. Yeah,
I'm assuming stealth is on De Natura?
No, unfortunately.
De Corpore.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wish it was on De Natura.
Okay, well, I'm on 2d4 then.
Leave.
Well, you're doing all right as it is, I think.
Or actually, 1d8.
Mhm.
Can I take the Dan approach?
Well, 50-50. Halfway there, I got a 4.
Yeah. Lucius stumbles as you're trying to move through the dark in this swamp. I take it you also don't have any form of light on you.
We don't
You're-
want to draw attention.
Yeah.
That would slightly spoil the stealth.
Stealth.
You're sneaking, he says, holding
but-
a light.
But the moment Lucius trips, both Cassa and Titus' arm just sort of shoots out and straightens him out before he plants himself in the swamp. And you crawl onwards, sort of skirting around these lit areas. As you see off to the side some shadowy creature standing about, holding a spear and shield, but it doesn't notice you as you move off away from it.
My map
You
on the
can
screen is
also-
all black.
Yeah,
Oh,
so's mine. I think that might
sorry.
be deliberate.
Okay.
Oh, I just assumed that we weren't at the bit where Lewis was going to murder us yet.
Do. Let's make you emit bright light. Oh, I know. There's another problem. Yep.
There we are.
Sorry.
Oh, that's okay. There's scary people all
Currently-
around us.
Oh, I got still black to me.
Yeah. Yep.
They don't look too healthy.
There are also sort of these baleful lights hovering on the swamp. They seem to be sticking out of ruins, some kind of old ruins that are scattered through this area. But it looks like some point long ago it's been burnt to the ground.
So we just keep moving forward as long as nothing
Yeah.
seems to have noticed us yet.
Yeah, the idea is just to go as quietly as we can, as long as we can.
Yeah. And give me another stealth check.
No?
5.
I
So
was
that was
wondering
bad.
why you were all staying so calm at the sight of.
I was like,
Like, oh, okay then.
looks like we may be in for a spot of trouble.
We definitely are. I got the best roll out of
Yeah.
all 3 of us.
So
Oh, wait.
that's
Nerd and Zucka just gave us Roger
Aye.
and I re-rolls and Lawrence. So I'll go ahead and re-roll here just to see if we can get past.
Thanks,
I was gonna
Zach.
say.
Hopefully
uh,
this might save us.
At the moment, you have 1 success out of 3. So
Yeah, I don't
Nope,
think I'm going to
nope.
get any better.
Nope. The curse of the re-roll strikes again. It got worse.
I'm not really sure it's worth me trying it now, is it?
well, if you get 2 successes,
All right. Let's gamble.
your
Ooh,
target
12.
number
Yes.
6. So
You
yes,
got it.
You do.
Thank you, Zeka. You definitely saved us there
Yeah.
for now.
Yeah, you managed to move up here. You're still sort of weaving your way through the shrubs and this swampy area of ruins and scattered, old broken, burnt down buildings. Just behind a little cusp of bushes and things, you can hear another one of those creatures murmuring to itself, but you can't quite see it, but it obviously couldn't see you, so that was convenient. but you can sort of pick out one ahead of you, blocking the way.
So you have to try and take this one out before it can raise the alarm.
It hasn't seen you yet. You're still sort of just in a sort of shallow area in front of it.
If we can
But
take it
you
out
have
from
to
range, we
climb
might
up
be able to.
out of the...
There's no way to stealth around it. I guess it's going to be up to you, Titus, to take it out with your bow.
Blessed arrows.
If you've got a bow as well, it might not be the worst idea. Yeah.
I could definitely give it a shot.
I'll pass you one of my blessed arrows.
Thank you, Titus.
And right, we'll line up a shot.
May Apollo's bow guide our
It's
strikes.
fairly close by, but it is also very dark, and it's not easy ground to shoot from.
We're going to take our time and line up the shots.
Yeah. Both have a difficulty of 6 on your Debella roll.
Okay.
Which isn't too bad, I don't think. Everyone at home.
Man, I got a 15.
Okay. So yeah, Titus's shot.
I think I dropped the arrow.
No, it launches off, but the creature just sort of slowly shifts as the arrow is in mid-flight, and it catches his shield and pings off of it with an uncomfortably loud sort of thunk sound as it's deflected off. But the second arrow fired shortly after by Casa hits true. And let me just see. So got 15. That's gonna be 3 times damage. Yep.
Hey, Roger, what's the damage on a bow? I don't have it written down for some reason.
6.
6. Okay, so 18 points of damage.
So yeah.
So that's 3d6. We'll go 3d6 and hope for the best here.
You roll really well.
9. I did not. I rolled average.
It plants straight in its chest, and it sort of wheezes for a few seconds and puffs until it notices you beneath it and starts stumbling forwards, growling. But it does look like it's not quite moving as sure as it was before.
Kaza drops his bow and pulls his shield and sword. He's like, I never should have used that bloody thing to begin with.
Can I put another shot into it?
Yeah, you can probably get off another shot before it attacks.
I mean, it
at
can't
this
be
point,
worse
you
than
can
that
also
one.
hear the noises around you, though, as they're all sort of reacting to this low grumbling growl.
We're going to have to drop this one and move fast. We can't afford to get engaged in combat here.
12.
A 12 will definitely hit. That's 2 times damage. Oh, no, wait. It'd be 1 time because it has a shield. So it gets +2. I get an 8. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, 5 damage because I rolled 2 5s.
Still, yeah. There you go. Yeah. No, the second one hits it in the leg and it sort of stumbles for a second, but still keeps very slowly now shambling towards you. And then, unless anyone else wants to do any final ranged attacks.
Does Lucius have a ranged weapon?
He does, but I'm more likely to hit myself in the head with it than the enemy.
It's worth a
give it-
try before we get into melee.
I'll give it a go. Let's see. I have a sling.
Yeah.
So I'll give it a go with the sling, with a grand total of
Same difficulty value of 6.
I have a debello of 3.
Good luck.
Believe.
We all believe in you.
Do it down and keep rolling 3s.
Yeah. 1.
Or a 1. You have a reroll.
I might need that later on. At this point, I've just about not wrapped it around my neck, and I think I'll leave it at that.
The stone just, flies off into the distance somewhere. Not even sure if it was anywhere near the target, but at the moment, you don't have time to think about it. You can also see one of them sort of moving through this cusp of shrubs near you, just pushing its way through there. And behind you, the one you'd passed is slowly moving forwards, but hasn't managed to catch up with you yet. But
Lucius.
these two are sort of in engagement range. So
Lucius, Titus, if we get tied up here, let me handle these and you just keep moving forward. I'll try to catch up with you, but we can't afford to let the mission fail because of this encounter.
Understood. If you can tie those two up, might be able to drop one and then get going.
That's what Kaza will do. He will use his fighter's ability and try to engage the two who are engaged range with him.
Yep. So I'll put them both next to you then. What do Lucius and Titus want to do?
So can I shoot the third one so we're not leaving Kaza completely surrounded?
You can, because you don't need to be engaged with anyone, so. Yeah, and Lucius?
I will take I will take a shot at the other one. One of the ones that. Yeah, I will take a shot as well as trying to get moving.
Yeah. Okay. It's the advantage of having Kaza draw everyone to him.
Come on.
You could just sort of shoot at things from as far away as possible. Who wants to go first?
Kaza will try to finish off the one that we've already wounded.
Go for it.
Because he definitely doesn't want both of them attacking him, if possible. So his Debello with a sword is a 20, so I'm going to roll 2d6 and a d8. Get a 13.
Let me just... was too busy listening, and even though I knew what it was, just wanted to check. Yeah, no, you're going to hit. Its shield comes up far too slowly to block your sword as it just lashes out back. Difference is 6, so that's plus his shield will still just be 1 times damage.
I think it's 2. 6 is 5, 4, 5, and 6 is double damage.
Yeah, but he has a shield, so he gets +2 to his defense.
But 4, 5, and 6 is double damage, and the difference is 6, so it'd be 4.
Okay.
Oh,
Yes.
in which case,
Yeah.
all 10 of mine would have applied.
Yep, true, because it had dropped to a 4, so yeah.
So you can
In
take
that
5
case,
more
he's
damage.
dead.
Oh well, then I fight. Then I hit the other
one.
guy.
Yeah.
I hit the other guy.
That'll
Okay,
teach me for not being awake enough for. Nah.
Hey, that's okay. So that's 2d8 for the damage. 16. Get to roll it again. 19 points of damage.
Yeah, just carve it in half. It cuts straight through this broken dead flesh into dusty old bones, bursts through the chest, and then you just rip it up and all of it crumbles in half.
Keep moving. I'll take the rear guard. If this other one gets up to us, I'll try to stop it.
Titus, do you want to get
So
a
I'll
shot off?
Yeah, I'll put a shot off and then start moving.
Go for it. So yeah, same difficulty value again, 6. It's easier to shoot things than it is to stab them.
Ooh, 15.
Nice, 15.
That'll hit, yeah. So yeah, with the Clipius, it's going to be 2 times damage.
$10 damage.
Nice.
Pretty much the same as when Casa hit the first one. It hits it pretty square on, and it sort of slows for a second, but keeps coming.
And then move about there-ish.
Yeah, sure.
Not sure how fast I can move, but
That would be your next sort of action. Did Lucius want to do anything, or just move off?
He will just move off on the basis that at this point he's as likely to hit Casa as he is himself. So, and the enemy doesn't really feature. So, yeah, I'll keep moving.
Yeah, go for it.
So if I move up with Titus there.
Take it Casa is going to engage the last one then.
Yep.
I'll drop you down to there. Go on then.
Okay, let's
5,000.
let's hope for the best here. A 9. Not a good roll.
I got an 8. But yeah, you sort of
With a
just
shield, we don't do it.
exchange blows, and it keeps you pinned there for a moment longer.
can I shoot past Titus and then move off again? Not Titus, it's Casa. I'm Titus.
You can definitely shoot past Titus. Yeah, you can try shooting.
Just don't get all ones again.
If you get all ones, then yeah, straight through Casa's neck.
A 10.
Yeah, that'd still hit even if it was 9 difficulty. So yeah, no, sure.
4 more damage.
Yeah, the arrow hits it in the side of the head, and it sort of moves to the side for a second, but then looks around again.
And kind of
While
move up a
you're
little bit
doing
more.
that, oh. While you're doing that, you hear a vague moaning coming from behind you.
Never a good sign.
Lucius, what are you doing?
Keeping moving.
Yeah. As you run past this one, you sort of see its hand twitch.
Bloody hell.
I will shout out to Casa. They're not going back to Pluto's realm anytime soon. Get out of there.
Understood, Lucius. I'll drop this one and then we'll just have to move fast.
Yeah, so Lucius, you can move up to roughly where Titus is. And then, yeah, back round to Casa. What do you want to do?
Well, I'm engaged with this one, so I'm going to see if I can drop it, and then we'll make a break for it. 13 this time, a little better.
The chances of me rolling better are very low.
That's only times one.
Yeah.
So another 4 points of damage.
That'll do it.
Okay.
Cut into it again, and its arm rips open near the shield. Its shield arm at the shoulder, and it just sort of slumps down to that side.
Pluto take you. So Kaza will try to box around the two who are twitching and catch up with the other two.
As you run for it, basically, you can sort of hear them stumbling up behind you and moving back towards you, but they're still crawling up as you sprint away, I imagine.
Yeah. Fortunately, they're slow, but we're going to have to put an end to this. If they keep getting up, obviously, they're going to wear us down.
Our blessed weapons don't appear to be doing it.
As you move out of the swamp, you come into an area that is mostly little cusps of bushes and things, but with more of these ruins sticking out of them. And it's almost like a battlefield of tiny bits of ruins spread out in front of you in the dark. And every time you put your foot down, you almost stumble over a stone, or you kick into a piece of rock, or your foot gets cut on a piece of broken pottery and things like that. And it's like walking through the ruined equivalent of a minefield.
Is there anything to suggest what this place was?
Does anyone have any history?
Yep. I've got history.
Yeah, you can roll history.
Okay. That's 17 then.
It's fairly decent.
It's another one of my sciences, so yeah. An 8.
Yeah, suddenly, after all this time, you sort of hadn't quite put 2 and 2 together so far, but you suddenly recall reading at some point about Rome's early history, and its expansion into this area. That there used to be a Histrian city here called Nessa Actium, and there's a good chance that where you're standing now is probably where the city was.
A city that Rome destroyed, by any chance?
That's how the history books remember it, yeah. They mainly it was quite a bloody situation, and in the end the citizens of the area, a lot of them killed themselves rather than fighting the Romans for the last time.
This
But-
is a place that does not remember Rome fondly. Somehow, I think that if its inhabitants are rising from Pluto's realm, then they are never going to be friendly, and we need to end this. There are many spirits here who do not remember Rome fondly.
And the sooner we find a way to put them back into the ground, the better.
And from then on, you can almost sense a palpable malice to your footsteps. Every time you tread the ground, it's like it feels like something is trying to stop you. And that everything around you is a threat. And you're finding it harder and harder to move through this shadowy wreckage in front of you. And you keep getting turned around and finding yourself back where you started, or turning off away down ruins into corners that you can't get out of, and you have to walk all the way back again. And each time, your feet get cut on these jagged rocks and you slam into bits of ruined masonry that you didn't notice before.
It's a shame that Pandaren isn't here. His augury skills would perhaps have found us a quicker path through this.
Only they may have, but I've got a feeling that even his abilities would be clouded here. This is a city. This is a city that chose to destroy itself rather than submit to Rome. I somehow doubt that the gods have much sway here anymore.
Well, what Rome destroyed once, we can destroy again if necessary. We've just got to find our path through here.
In the distance, you can hear and feel that rumble of that strange spectral horn again. And as it sounds around you in the distance and in the shadows and around towards where you can still hear the fighting, you hear almost synchronous groans like the creatures you fought before. But you're still struggling to get out of here.
And can I lead the way and try and find the easiest path to get forwards?
Yeah. You can try exploration. It's going to be fairly difficult. Set it at a 9.
Or might be able to push that. I just need to look at my sheet and check my abilities. Yeah, so I'm going to spend 6 pietas and roll that again and add it to it.
Yeah.
14.
Yeah. So you're walking and trying to scout out the way ahead for everyone, as they follow closely behind you, stumbling all the way. And then you almost take a wrong turn, and you feel something grasping at your foot, sort of dragging you in that direction. You look down to see a spectral kind of hand pulling you in towards that wrong turn. And as you see it out of the corner of the eye, it's almost as if you can see Whose blessing is that anyway? That skill?
That one is
Diana.
Diana.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost as if you can see this lightish form of a woman standing off to the side, pointing at you. And the hand lets go and you sort of move off quickly in the direction you originally wanted to go as your mind clears a little bit. And you lead the band further into the city, deeper into the heart of it, towards where you could hear the horn. And finally you reach an area that seems to be surrounded by trees that have almost grown around it as if a palisade. The ruins sort of move into it, but the trees are kind of blocking your way forward.
Titus, can you find any way to slip past these trees? Any path through this brush?
It's an excellent question. Can I?
How do you want to go about it?
So is it just literally like a wall of trees, or?
It's almost, yeah, it's almost like they're set up interlocking into each other as if they're a palisade wall, but it's sort of a circle of trees with normal tree crowns and stuff, but they look alive, and they certainly haven't been planted by anyone, but they've just sort of grown this way as if they're protecting something.
Well, we can either climb it, or we can go round, because there surely must be an entrance.
I don't fancy trying to climb trees in this city if we can avoid it.
Right, well, let's go around and see if we can find... There must be a way in.
You spot an area where there's sort of like a gap that you could get through, kind of if you twist sideways and move into it.
I'll point out that's probably our best bet.
Right. Let's move through.
As you push into it and get sort of further away from the entrance, it almost spirals around along the inside of this line of trees. Yeah, it seems to be getting tighter as you go.
So Kaza has his sword out, and if necessary, will start hacking, but he doesn't want to go that route if he doesn't have to.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's like getting progressively narrower as you continue on the way.
I mean, is it narrow the whole way, or does it kind of broaden as it goes up? In theory, could you kind of slowly climb up the inside?
Are you looking up?
Yeah, I'll look up.
It looks like you could maybe climb it, but it's going to be difficult, especially as you're sort of gonna, at this point, gonna have to somehow get your arms above your head, and then try and pull yourself out.
Well, I mean, if you've got something solid behind you, you can literally just push your feet up and almost walk up,
You could
pushing your back up
could
against.
definitely do that. Yeah.
I'll try and go up.
Yeah. Roll me the Kopori climbing, or basically climbing. Any kind of the Kopori roll.
Okay, well, I don't have climb, so I guess it's just straight to Kapore.
Yeah. Kind of bracing your legs against the other trees and trying
5.
to push yourself up. As you do, it's almost like you're being squeezed tighter together, and you just can't but your feet aren't gripping as they slip down these oily trees, and the bark comes loose every time you try and put your feet against it to push yourself up, and it's just like the slick oil underneath.
We're gonna have to back out. My only choice may be to try to get these to burn them out. It's going to draw the attention of everything around here, but if we can't get to whatever the source of this is, the whole mission's pointless.
There might be another way in. We should check before.
Well, this is clearly not working, so we'll start to back our way out, or at least Kaza does.
Yeah.
I'll follow them.
Yep. Yeah. As you get back towards the initial entrance you came in from, you can also hear several voices moaning coming from that direction as well.
Hold up. Might be easier to climb here, perhaps.
Well, I can tell you right now, with my shield and sword and armor, I don't like my chances of climbing out of this, but we can give it a shot.
Anyone who wants to climb can give me a climbing roll.
I mean, can we use like daggers and things to help us get a grip?
Yeah, sure. Anyone using daggers, I'll say, will drop the difficulty for, or anyone using something to try and leverage themselves up higher, easier.
I mean, once I'm up, I can drop a rope down, but
Titus manages this time to sort of get a decent grip, and the trees here don't seem as decayed or broken as the ones further in, and you kind of manage to get your dagger in, and then another on the other side, and use your feet to kind of push up on the bark and climb halfway up.
Kaza tries, gets an 11.
Kaza basically leaps into the air and just sort of walks up. No, yeah, you manage pretty much the same with some effort, carrying a big heavy shield and your sword and armor, but you've managed to climb up, roughly pushing your back against it and sort of chimneying your way up. How about Lucius?
Better have a go at following them.
I mean, can we see anything from where we are?
It's sort of opening up into the crowns of the tree, so you've got branches and stuff around you and these very red leaves, but you can almost make out some kind of light ahead of you in the center that you were going towards. Yeah, Lucius, with a bit of struggle, manages to follow you and sort of haul him up as well. So you're all in the branches.
Try to make our way through the canopies to the center and then climb down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll say, give me another Decapore roll.
Well, I've got
You'll
ropes
manage,
and things. Can we?
It's mainly you'll manage to get down, but the trees don't like you very much.
Mm-hmm. 12.
5.
Can
Yeah.
we help Lucius because he's clearly the
Yeah, I'll
least
say with
physically able
Cass's
of us.
roll, you'll manage to all get like at certain points. The branches almost feel like the thin, sharp edges of them just whip around, almost trying to cut your faces and arms as you're moving through them. But you manage to get towards the center and drop down into it, and then we're gonna have the same problem as before. Why did I do that? They should all be on that layer. And I will move us over.
Oh, that doesn't look foreboding at all. Kaza thinks he has figured out how he's going to usher himself into Pluto's realm.
There we are.
There you go.
What the hell is that?
As you climb down, ahead of you, you can see two of these groaning creatures. But in the middle of it is an almost spectral figure wearing a thin band of metal like a crown and carrying an ancient Illyrian style sword. And in his other hand, he has a horn. And as you sort of climb down into it, he blows the horn again, and you hear the trees almost creak and groan around you, and you hear 1,000 voices cry out in like war cries.
Time for you to return to the grave. Kaza doesn't look hopeful, but he's going to charge.
Hopefully this one won't get back up. I'm going to shoot it.
If we break the horn away from him, or if it's even physical, hopefully the blessed weapons will strike true. If he's spectral.
Just looks at you.
I mean, what's the horn made of? Is it literally a horn?
It is as spectral as everything else about.
Oh, okay. So it's a ghostly horn.
Yeah.
Balls.
You can't steal it. You can try.
I was going to shoot it.
Well, you never know. Blessed weapons and all. Yeah, and he just looks at you and goes, "This is where you meet your end, Roman scum."
If that is the will of Mars, so be it.
Anyone want to do any opening volleys?
Yes, I do.
Yes.
Go on, Lawrence, after you.
Oh, okay.
This is why we've got blessed things.
Blessed slingshot ammunition. That's a 3.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to roll again, right?
Yeah. If you roll another 3, you'll actually hit.
Yes. Roll again.
Yeah, roll again. Just keep rolling 3s.
That would be amazing.
1.
Well,
So 7.
Hey, you hit it.
Yeah. As far as I recall, let me open him up. He does not have a shield, so
Nice.
that hits. Yeah, for 1 times damage, but you know.
Which is on a sling is not all that much.
15? Definitely think it's 15.
Damage 3.
I'm pretty sure it's not. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
you can
damage of
roll a
3.
3 on that again, and just keep going.
He's got full on David and Goliath. This guy.
Lucius one-shots it.
I believe in you, Lucius.
That's a 3.
Keep
Can
rolling.
you roll again on damage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, go on, Lucius.
The gods are with you.
2, so that's 5.
5. Yeah. Oh.
Does he have any protection?
Oh.
Hopefully not. He's a ghost.
Yeah, no. Yeah, not really, as you know.
Thank God.
He's technically invulnerable.
Did it seem to do anything when he shot him?
Yeah, it hit him, and you see a sort of scratch appear across his forehead. Anyone else want to take any shots?
Kaz will throw his blessed javelin too.
I'm gonna use. I think I might use my reroll. Actually, no.
Hit.
I'm going to use my Pietas though to see if I can do a bigger hit. Because it still leaves me enough to trigger one more Pietas thing.
Yeah, I've only got enough Pietas for one. So I'm gonna have to wait till it counts.
Just keeping it on standby.
So 19.
Well, 19, that's it.
Yeah, that'll. So what was it? 6 to hit, so that's 13.
So it's more than triple.
Is 5 times.
It's alright, don't get excited. It's me rolling here.
I don't know.
Oh, not too bad. 17.
17 damage.
That's roughly average.
He looks quite. Yeah, the arrow.
Yeah, blessed arrow.
Flies
obviously.
forward, and this lemur or whatever it is seems almost completely transparent, and yet somehow the arrow sticks into it, and a inhuman screech sounds all across this area you're trapped in now, and almost makes your ears bleed, but it looks injured.
And Kaza will throw his blessed javelin. Not his strong suit, but he'll whip it and gets a 5. So, as one would expect, it's not his jam. He's like, damn it,
yeah,
I should have never pulled that thing out either.
It digs into the ground right in front of him, and he sort of looks down at it and picks it up and throws it back at you.
That's rude.
So it'll hit.
So I've got my Clipius, so I've got a parry value
that
of 2.
Goes up to a that raises it to a 9, so it just hits and does 1 times damage. What's your pilum damage?
Pardon me?
What's the damage on your Oh, it was a javelin, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it's damage 5. Gee whiz.
Oh,
what the hell?
I mean, I feel like I should stop rolling.
Huh? Them's the rules.
Now I feel bad that I gave him fate.
Should have never thrown that thing.
Oh my god, 19.
You have armor, right?
Technically, if it's a Roman pilum, he shouldn't be able to throw it back. They were designed
It was a javelin.
but they're designed to bend.
Yeah, but it wasn't a pilum, it was a javelin.
It's a javelin. Yep. I've got armor of 5, protection of 5. So I'm gonna roll a D5.
Just keep rolling 5s, Aaron. I believe in you.
Yeah, we all believe in you.
2. Kaz is down.
Is he?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean,
He's
19 is crazy hit.
He is done.
You've got a re-roll.
It's not gonna be enough. I'd have to get 5 twice. I mean, I'll spend it. I'll give it a shot. But
Yeah, might as well.
I mean, aren't all Roman javelins pilums?
No, you have different thingies between javelin and pilum.
Kaza has shuffled off to Pluto.
You're
Good luck,
not dead
guys.
yet. You're just looking very, very badly injured as the javelin sort of sticks out of you. So, what he threw was an angon, a javelin, and that does 5 damage. And then you have a pilum, which is a heavy javelin, does 10. Well, it has a 10 dice. So, but yeah.
Well, my point was more that Roman javelins is designed to buckle. Because after they're thrown, the whole idea was that they weren't supposed to be thrown back.
But that's like specifically the design of a pilum with the long metal, thin metal.
Yeah,
It's good. It's fair. It's fair. Kaza knew he should have never tried an opening volley. He never did that shit before.
It's like, damn it, this is the time. Yeah. So Kaza looks like he's bleeding, and yeah, I will for the moment put a token on him. He's definitely bleeding. He's on the floor, and he looks like he's probably dying. Damn it! Is there no? We'll just put you like that. But then it's around to all of you, to whoever you want to engage or whatever you want to do.
I mean, is it possible to stay out of engagement range for another round? Given those things are quite slow.
It probably is possible to stay out of the range of these two, but the king looks significantly faster just by the manner in which it picked up that javelin and hurled it back in almost lightning speed.
I mean, if you can engage the king, Lawrence, for a round, I can try and put another big shot into it. That's my only hope.
Well, if we want Kaza's greatest chance of staying alive is me jumping on him and trying to stop him bleeding.
That won't do any good if the king gets to us. Because if it comes to using swords, we're, well, not sure what Roman fucked is, but that.
I've got an idea. Do your best to distract him.
It will be melee only, and I won't last.
No, well, let's put it like this: if this doesn't work, then I'm out of ideas, and we're good. We're dead.
I mean, that's why they send you guys for the last hope long shots.
Yeah. This was worked before-ish. I am going to grab the herb thing off my belt and I'm going to start praying to Minerva for some seriously good ideas.
Did Roger go?
Did
Roger disappear?
Yeah, my camera went off for like a second.
Okay. You've probably swapped places on the... Right, let me just move you around. There we go. Yeah.
I'm going to essentially attempt what we've attempted before. I'm going to attempt to invoke Minerva and these herbs. Well, evoke Minerva and Pluto and anyone else I can think of.
Just anyone who will listen.
Anyone will listen, and then I am basically going to start burning the herbs as we've done before, And then the best thing I can think of is to grab the ones on Kaza's belt and go and essentially try and assault the spirit with the burning herbs. And I don't care if I burn all my PA tests to do it. I have got full at this point. I'm the only one with any left, so I will burn the lot.
I've got some, just.
Yeah, I know. I've still got my full 24.
Oh.
Yeah,
I have
nice.
6.
So someone is indeed going to have to engage.
Yeah, it sounds like Lawrence is with the burning herbs.
Yeah, but to get the herbs off of, like, to set them alight, get them off of Casa,
So that's a round.
rush in, it's gonna take a round.
Oh, shitballs. Can I scoop up Kaza's big shield?
Yeah. I'll say, as you run in, you sort of grab his shield.
Because his shield's a bit bigger than my buckler.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's more kind of just putting myself in between Lucius and the king rather than running at the king. So I don't want the skeletons to get to me.
They sort of move forwards, but the king is pretty much on, say, there with like lightning speed, moves forwards as well as you rush in, and you sort of clash in the middle. So yeah, Lawrence is burning all of his pietas to invoke the favor of the gods and set alight to these herbs. And Titus, you're engaged in deadly combat with the king. Casa, how much pietas do you have left anyway?
I've got 9 because you gave me half back, so 9.
I'll trade you that 9 pietas for 1 hit point.
Sure. Yeah, I'll do it. I mean, you can only die twice, right?
Yeah. As you're lying somewhere distant in a patch, in like a pool of water or something, you hear a voice that offers you that trade, and you know it'll come with a price at some point.
Oh yeah, he'll take it. He'll take it.
So not this turn, but the turn after, you may yet come back from the brink. Yeah, Titus. Do you want to roll first, or do you want me to roll first?
Yeah, after you. I'm going to die, but I'm going to die a gentleman, damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got this. You've got this, Titus.
Double 1, go on.
4, I win.
You just managed to scrape past the spectral sword or a spear as it comes
So
in.
does that mean I hit him?
Yes, you do.
This is quite novelty. What the hell's the damage on a sword?
My sword is damage 8 for an anus.
Oh no, mine's just Gladius, so
Gladius
6.
6, I think. Yeah.
Four damage.
Yeah, you hit him pretty hard. But he sort of laughs in your face.
It is
And
a
it's
blessed sword.
Echoing laughter that echoes across, but you cut through part of this spectral king, and you see it bleed.
Come on, the herbs, do the thing.
Yeah,
So coming back round to the top, Casa, you wake up with your sword near you, but no shield, and you're barely alive.
I'm utterly fatigued because my encumbrance way exceeds my hit points.
Yeah, but Lucius, you've managed to grab all of these herbs and set them on fire, and if you're going with your initial plan, you're rushing straight towards the king. But there are these two other undead creatures slowly shambling towards all of you. And Titus is locked in combat with... So who's doing what?
Well, can Kaza act
Someone
this turn?
at this point, you can act again now.
So
Someone at this
Kaza-
point is going to have to engage the two...
Kaza will engage
Two
both of them.
So is Lucius engaging the king?
Yes.
yeah.
Is it
I'm gonna have to
possible
try
for me
to.
Can I disengage and get the bow back out?
You're sort of distracting him at the moment so that Lucius can run in with a bunch of herbs.
Fair enough.
So in my last death check, I will draw the two undead off who are going to put me back in the grave here, hoping to give you guys enough time to pull a miracle out of your fourth point of contact.
Yeah, who wants to go first?
Burning herbs, man. Go on, I believe.
Fair enough.
I'm hoping the burning herbs will weaken it enough that I can get a big hit on it.
Well,
How does the burning herbs thing work?
I'm hoping
We're
that the
Gonna
sort of
find
thicken-
out.
Yeah. I'm hoping that the blessings and the magic on these herbs will basically, if I can get them close enough to him, I can basically attempt to. Is there a banishment?
I am running through the magic right now.
Because otherwise, it's going to be turning around and attempting to beat him around the head with some burning herbs with a DeBello score of 3.
I don't feel bad. That's what my DeBello score is now, too.
I will say it will be a difficulty roll to call upon all of the gods that you need for this and sort of, somehow instill it with the necessary magics, even though it's not really your speciality, to do something banishment wise. It's going to be a difficulty of 9 on a Demagia roll. So whatever you fail that by will cost you the same. Well, will cost you Pietas to actually succeed.
Fine.
Or you might pass miraculously.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
well, my Demagia is 6.
You can roll a 6. You've done it before. Did you
Please.
see how many 5s I rolled?
I did. I saw.
Right, let's try this then.
think you have got a reroll. You do have a reroll.
Oh, that's a 5.
Yeah.
You
So
have another one if you've missed it.
It's
Yeah.
I mean I have the
So
pietas that I said I was
costs
going to.
you 9 pietas, and it will cost you another 4 to succeed.
Oh yeah, go
Worth
for
it.
it.
Yeah, definitely, I'll do it. Like I said, I'm happy to burn whatever I've got
Yeah.
left to keep pushing it if necessary to
And-
make this work.
You stuff these burning bundles of herbs into the creature, and it howls, and for like a few seconds it becomes more translucent, and then after that it sort of solidifies into what looks like a very grey and pale looking Histran king of old. And where you've cut and shot him with arrows, he's bleeding, and you can see the wounds, and it's almost made flesh before you. But he's still raising his spear to stab you all.
Fine. So is that 9 I used for that?
So in total you used
13.
Yeah, because
Okay.
9 plus 4.
I have 11 left.
Not too bad. Yeah. Do we, for drama's sake, do we want to go with Kaza first?
No, I'll go next. See if I can drop this guy and hopefully save Kaza.
Boo.
I'm hoping he's going to be a bit distracted by the burning herbs in my face.
Yeah, no, he's like formed into a person in front of you. He looks very pale, very gaunt, and sort of frailish. Yet he still seems to be wielding a spear very effectively. So,
If he bleeds, we can kill it. Kaza says as he dies.
I hear that's a successful philosophy. But my rolling first.
Yeah, after you, my good man. Oh, balls. Oh,
You've got re-rolls.
I've got 3 of them, but
Oh,
what does the big shield give me to?
Parry 2.
parry 2, yeah. So that would raise it to a 10, so it'd still hit you.
But it'd only be it'd only be a small hit, wouldn't it?
It just
Yeah.
depends on the damage dice roll.
That's very true.
I mean, you saw what his little hit against me did.
I can't use Peritas to up that, can I?
No, only if you worship Mars.
Okay. I think rolling again, knowing my luck, is going to go very badly.
Can't get any worse. He still gets to roll damage regardless. So
Yeah, but if I roll back, I suppose why not? I've got 3
Yeah.
rerolls.
he gets the same damage roll
No,
anyway.
5. It's worse. Oh,
Yeah.
how do I roll armor again? It's just the amount of armor I've got. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Protection.
I mean, it's gonna protect you. It
Okay.
can't not against 1 damage. You'd have to roll a 0, which is unlikely. Yeah, no. The spear comes in, but catches on your armor.
Sorry, Aaron, I tried.
It's all right. Kaza came back for this very reason, was to draw these 2 guys off of you, and then he'll fall back into Pluto's realm satisfied as long as you guys don't screw this up. So Kaza will roll his 1d3.
Yeah.
Roll 1.
I'm pretty sure you probably have a reroll.
You have
as
got
well.
a reroll.
Yeah, I can. That's true.
Can you
I'll
beat
re-roll
a
my
second?
1d3.
If you get multiple threes,
No.
yeah.
So he's down again. Kaza
Well,
drops.
we'll see how
no,
good
if he
your
rolls a
armor
1
is.
for damage.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. It's all my protection. That's right.
They have spears as well. No.
Oh,
Dead.
God's
he's
sake,
done.
Lewis.
Yep, he's down. Even if I max my
what is
protection,
your-
I'd still go down.
Oh yeah, you're on 0. You don't have a fate roll anymore, so.
Nope.
I'm assuming your armor doesn't explode.
It does, but you have to have a single Pietas left to have your
to
fate
actually
rolls.
do rate fault
Oh.
rolls.
Yeah.
Yep. So you guys see Kaza's over there. He swings weakly at this thing, and then he gets just utterly run through. He turns and looks at you, smiles, and he's like, "Finish it, boys," and then drops.
There you go. Yeah. And they slowly turn around and start moving away towards you. But yeah, what are you gonna do? Who wants to go first, and what are you doing?
Honestly, I think our only hope here, Lawrence, is for you to sacrifice yourself to give me a tiny bit more of an advantage to actually hit him.
Yeah, yeah, because he has to. You get the advantage for
Of your
me
extra
fighting him
bit.
first. Yeah,
Yeah, I think that is because if I go first, I'm not going to add enough to you to tip you over the edge, but it might work the other way round.
yeah, that's what I was thinking. So, yep.
But I don't rate our chances.
Well, for Minerva and Pluto,
I only rolled a 5. It's, you know, all you need is.
Go with angry herbs. Oh, you've got reroll.
You've got
I
a
am gonna-
reroll.
there we go.
Yes,
Roll
another
it
one.
again.
Get another
Yeah.
3.
Go on.
Get another
If you
three,
get
come
another
on.
3,
or even a 2, at least you'd be
a
equal
2
on a
you'll
2.
be equal. But if you get another 3, yeah.
There's
All
a
right.
2.
Bing, bing.
So yeah, you exchange spear blows.
I can actually. I can beat him, I think, because I
Go for
can use my fighting ability, Minerva
Yeah.
Ingenosa, to spot his weak point, and having
it.
stuffed the herbs into him, I can use Pietas to re-roll the dice I've already had.
And add it
Yeah.
on top.
And add
yeah.
it again.
Top.
So
yeah.
you can roll 2 more D3.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Go for it.
I mean, we've got to scrape every scrap of damage we
Yeah.
can. So
Is it everything I've got up to that point that doubles, or is it just the roll?
Trying to think now. I think, yeah, no, it would be your total roll so far. So
Yeah, you roll the same
Yeah,
dice
same
combination
dice again.
pool, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so I
nothing
get
different
another
result.
2d3.
Yeah,
or 1d6. Oh no, 2d3.
or
would be-
1d6. Yeah, or 2,
Another 4.
4. Yeah, so
Oh,
you
you won.
beat his total
By
and,
4, so that's double.
Yeah, Lucius is as he's cutting at you with the side of the spear, swinging it around to sort of keep you away so that you can focus on Titus. You just slam your hand with one of the herbs into his side, and he grimaces for a moment as it burns this old frail flesh that he now has, and you stick the knife straight in him. Roll for damage.
So I've got a sicker, it's damage 4. So does that
So
mean
2d4.
2d4?
For the people at home.
Double 4, I believe.
Come on. Seven.
7. Good hit.
And it hits him square in the chest, and you feel the bone crunch, and it just sort of edges up
A
from
nice
underneath.
curve.
Yeah, with that curve. And even though you can't see it, you almost feel it nick his old, frail, undead heart. And it shatters, and he drops to the floor as the knife pulls free.
Way to go, Lucius!
And all around you, as he drops, that lingering darkness and malicious feeling sort of fades away with it. And the other undead Illyrians that were fighting alongside him crumble to dust next to you.
Can I quickly kind of jump towards Kaza and using like bits of leaves and things, try and mud make something that will keep him alive long enough
You
for
can
Lucius to...
one of the two of you can try a first aid roll, a medicate roll to give him first aid and stabilize him.
That's
Lucius,
going to have
that
to
would
be
be
me
you.
then. Yeah, the moment he sort of, as he's done, I am
Yeah, I was
literally
trying to blag it for
diving for
Dinatura.
Casa on the floor.
I'll throw you at him.
This dead king is still kind of wheezing.
Oh, I'm going to hack his head off. I'm not taking any bloody chances.
Yeah. As you sever his head,
The other
he
thing's kept getting up,
smiles.
so I'm just going to start hacking.
He smiles slightly, and his eyes roll up towards the east, the northeast, further northeast from where you are. And as his eyes meet yours, you just hear another distant horn sounding somewhere.
Bastard.
I keep hacking.
But
I know the
this
Gladius
one,
isn't a hacking weapon, but I'm doing it.
this one sounds far further off. Yeah. So Lucius, you're gonna try and save.
I am going to
Kaza.
try and save Kaza. You will not go to Pluto yet.
So that's a success, and I think the difficulty was 6, wasn't it? So you pass it just, and Kaza, the spear that cut you crumbles away to dust as Lucius starts healing you, and your eyes just open suddenly in shock, and everything hurts.
Did we
And your
win,
heart is
boys?
pounding in your chest.
Listen, if we won and we're not all in Pluto's realm, somebody, for the love of God, get me a glass of wine. Let's go home.
I will pull the wineskin I'm carrying on my belt off, and I will gently pour it into Kaza's mouth. Basically
Probably
going,
better than Medicaid did that rather than me.
Yeah.
Just drink the lot.
basically going, you haven't met Pluto yet, my friend, although he may have had his hand on your shoulder. Let's get out of here. And sort of start to get you to your feet, sort of as bandaged up, and sort of as we have to try and
Yeah.
take Lucius's Kaza's sword and start hacking a much easier way out of the place.
As Titus is hacking and Lucius is pouring wine in Kaza's mouth, sort of fade out to 6 or 7 legionnaires led by the Optio, looking bruised, missing his helmet, bleeding, sort of looking around, surprised as the entire area goes quiet. And then Polar itself, the walls, like part of the walls have crumbled. There's some places burning, but the guards now, who previously were beset by creatures they couldn't stop, are now driving out the final few living Illyrians fighting alongside the undead army who are fleeing in terror. And yeah, coming back to you lot, you just sort of make your way out slowly out of this this wooded area. And yeah, well done, I will say, because I wasn't sure you were gonna make it.
I was pretty sure we were boned as soon as Kaza got hit for a ridiculous amount of damage.
I was like 19. Okay, yeah, game over.
Yeah, great job, and yeah, thank you for playing Spectre of the Past.
Oh, it was a lot of fun. Thank you, Lewis.
Yeah.
Yep. It was tense at the end.
It was tense.
Oh, yeah. Everyone at home could see how, like, initially you really hammered him with those initial volleys, and I thought, oh, this is going to end a lot quicker than I expected.
And see, Kaza knew. He was like, just
then-
run in there and stab this bastard. But no, we had to go and show off with a javelin.
But you did a great job.
Moral of the story: next time, get a pillen.
Yeah.
Moral of the story: you guys can keep range combat for yourself. I'm just gonna bang with my sword and board.
I think next time I need to learn how to use a sword.
So yeah, I think curriculum points are definitely going to be spent towards DeBello.
Yes.
Yes,
Don't
yes, they
leave
are.
it to the scribe to kill the big undead thing.
Hey, did
Not
a great
good
job.
plan.
Yeah.
That was a thing of beauty.
Hey, I did
Yeah.
a lot of damage. I helped.
You did.
Certainly the gods were on our
Before I
side.
got to the sword, though, I nicked him with my sword.
So yeah, thank you for playing, and thank you everyone at home for watching. What else is on Garblag this week?
Garblag
It's on
North America tomorrow night is Starfinder. Horizons of the Vast will be back in our colonization. I'm not sure if there's anything on tomorrow during the day. I know
That might still be
Cyberpunk.
up in the air.
Yeah, I think that's still up in the air. Cyberpunk Red's definitely not going. So, and then Friday, back to Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay,
Yeah.
4th edition, The Enemy Within, our next session.
So there you go, plenty to look forward to. Yeah, thank you once again for playing, and yeah, join us on Garblag Discord. Keep liking and subscribing and all of those things. Otherwise, Pete will hunt us for sport. Thank you again, and good night from us. Bye.
Night.
Right.
Bye.
Right.